Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go now.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now back to throw. Gets it to Meredith, complete. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Phillips. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Here we go. 319. 319. Gone. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, he'll have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Goff on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, Goff. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Demario Davis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. To throw on 2nd down is gone. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Goff. Over the middle, complete. That's Reynolds. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. picked up by Marcus Williams. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Gone!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Phillips. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds Coleman. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 30.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll look to throw here. And Thomas has it. 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. He sets and that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Rams have got this back to a one-score game. Sirline connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Now, Barney! Gone!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Lucky 56.
Out of the gun now on third down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone.
Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. It's caught left side by Cooks. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 1st down, it's gone. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Now, look up.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. John Kelly, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Zerline good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Demario Davis there on the stop. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again.
76.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That goes for a gain of 31.
The well-executed slant routes are based on timing, and that one was hit just right. Ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, right to the receiver. He catches it on the run, and you saw the end result. Big-time run after catch. They love those rack yards.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the gun, here's Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. After the interception, here's Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Rams have broken our tie as they take the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. We have hit half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the 2nd half gets started. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the 1st half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Gurley. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Super one. 56. Right there. 56.
Goff now to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
They're running with Gurley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They go play action here on first down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
14.
Now Goff. Dancing to his left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. And it's 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Super one. DC. Cut. Black 20. Dula. Cut.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. He'll drop to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That's caught by Meredith, right side. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Watch it now, Barney.
On second down, Kamara. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Back now in Los Angeles. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Gone! Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run it with Kamara. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
And Lutz puts this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. My music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Back to throw. Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On 1st and 10, Goff. Incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And a great move again. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Flush to his right. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Sheldon Rankins able to drop him for a loss of a couple. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Goff. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Out of the gun, Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jared Goff with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams add on to their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Alec Ogletree in on the stop. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw on 2nd down is gone. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
Brandon, would you say they went from agony to elation in just a few quick seconds on that play?
Probably thought they were about to give it up in the red zone and then a touchdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that they drew it up and said this is the way it's supposed to be done. It just happened.
But the end will justify the means. That's fielded in the end zone. And now look at him go. The 30, 10. And he brings this one all the way back. So definitely good for the individual stats. Maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Hey, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fielded about a yard deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's
guy,
going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Left. Here goes the line. Right 20.
Throwing now. Goff. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And the Saints signal for another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go. Tiger.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Open space inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he loses the football a second time. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. They're going to look to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone, as time has run out on this ball.